Welcome back to the Deal Vault podcast. If you're a real estate investor looking to scale, secure funding, and learn from real deals, you're in the right place. I'm Greg, and together with Nate and Sarah, we'll sit down each week and break down market trends, funding strategies, real deal stories from our investors. Now, if you're ready to unlock knowledge, relationships, and capital you need, let's open the vault. Welcome back to the Deal Vault podcast. So where we left off was you are now a real estate mogul, taking over the universe, doing well for your family, right? Like, hey, we're doing the stuff, we're moving forward, and you've got a rehab actually directly across the street from your house. I wanted to talk about getting kids involved in real estate investing. I think it's really fun. Actually, before we started the podcast today, we were talking about kids. We talk about kids a lot. If you have them, this is what you do, because they're the best. They're the best. Should you get them involved in real estate? Should you not get them involved in real estate because it's too scary? What does it look like to get them involved? Probably depends on age. Our kids are, your kids have played. Our kids know each other, which is fun. I think it'd be a really fun thing to talk about today. So, on your mark, get set, go. What do they do?
So for me, as I look at, especially my kids, I've got two boys, 10 and 5.
Super cool dude age.
Super cool
Way
dudes.
cool dudes.
Super cool dudes. Yeah. And they are you're right. I freaking love those nerds, man. They are so much fun. They are just fun to be around. They're hilarious. And so when I view this opportunity as like, how much do I want to get them involved? Like, I wouldn't say that it was a very like intentional, like, hey, we're doing this and they're going to learn XYZ through this process. Like, it wasn't intentional in that sense, but it just organically happened. Like, when you have them around, they want to be around you. They want to know what's going on. And so I think I wanted to try and prioritize like, hey, bud, like, especially my oldest, it's, hey, I want you to learn a few things as we go, whether it's just the tangible, like how to change a light bulb type things. All the way to like, hey, here's dollars and cents. There were some really key moments for them that were really big, especially with this house that I think they looked at. So we talked about in the previous podcast where it was a house that was directly across the street, had some really, really bad tenants. And by bad tenants, I mean like
The
police involved often. Directly across the street, you're concerned about your own safety. And so when we bought the place and we did our first walkthrough as a family, we made it about 5 steps in the door, and both of my boys said, we want to leave. This place is scary. I don't like this place. So it's like, all right, here we are. Well, it's ours now. And so trying to redeem that.
Why would you buy this dump?
Yes, essentially that's what happened.
All houses are supposed to be nice. Like, why would you buy a dump?
Yes, correct.
You got to teach them like, hey, it's not going to be a dump because we own it now and we're going to fix it.
We're going to take care of the things that we have. We want to be good stewards of our things, not just our house, but anything that we do possess. And so lesson number 1, things can be redeemed. And that was one of the big things we kept pushing for them early and often was this will be the last time you see this in this way. We're going to make it better. And so,
yeah, that's a good thing. And this just came up. Like, I think that the more existential things that you can talk about are good to teach them how to swing a hammer is quite practical, but there's some bigger themes here. You can redeem the property. Like you can change things. Like what we talk about in our house, like a phrase that we use is Downies do this.
yes.
We do it this way. And I think there's a lot of opportunities, frankly, on a daily basis, where most of the world cuts corners. Like it's quite common, actually, like frustratingly common. We talk about this in the office. Loan Bids does it this way. Like, a lot of people wouldn't do this. Like, I'm very aware they would cut this corner and the borrower's not going to know about it. We're not going to do that. When we were rehabbing a property, like, you get into the thing, and I just remember when Sarah's here, we were talking about the drip. Like, I was doing this plumbing and it was hours to get this thing right. I end up cutting it back further and sweating lines and stuff. And I was watching it and like, I'm not convinced that there's not a drip there. The drip was so slow and we knew we were going to be moving out. It was never going to get caught. Like, there's no way that
Yep.
they were gonna catch that thing, but I was like, "I think there's a drip there." And, like, 10 minutes later, 1 drip, I gotta redo it. Like, and you redo it, like, that's one of the more existential things we talk about. My kids were not, especially at the age we were rehabbing that house, Everett was, like, 3 and not quite
Oh,
potty
shit.
trained,
Okay.
so, like, he wasn't learning there, he helped
Sure.
with some little stuff, but as we've gotten into other stuff with our other properties, like, the drip comes up, whatever that is, and it's like, we're gonna do it right,
Yep.
like, even if it costs a little bit more, do it right, that's what the Downies do,
Yep.
even though you can cut the corner. Let me show you what other people, and frankly, it's a good lesson to, like, other people are gonna cut this corner, so you need to look for that.
Yeah.
We will not do that.
Yeah, our phrase is Xners do hard things. And so that's the same idea is like, hey, this you're right, this is not going to be easy, but Xners do hard things. And so we're able to kind of preach that throughout. And again, the big you have the big lessons, the big existential moments
Yep.
of reality, of all these things. But also, I think one of the big redeeming points in that rehab for my boys was we walked in, brought a JBL, a little Bluetooth speaker, and started playing some hard rock. And I said, guys, it's demo day. And they're like, what's demo day? And I said, ho, here you go. And so I gave each of them, I would say, an appropriate size blunt force object, sledgehammers or hammers or otherwise.
Let's talk about appropriate size. This is actually really funny we were talking about this. So, I think your average sledge is, like, 10 pounds.
Yes,
So
I'd say 10 to 12.
let's say, like, your average 10-year-old is 70 pounds. So to give a 70-pound kid a 10-pound sledgehammer is 14%. I did the math a little bit earlier,
Yeah,
obviously in my head.
absolutely.
It's 14 or 15% of their body weight. So the equivalent for you or I would be a
Like,
22 to 35, yeah, I mean, you're a little bit larger in stature than I am. 22 to 35-pound sledge, like, imagine
count me in.
swinging that, you're, like, seeing these little
Oh,
guys.
absolutely.
Obviously, like, okay, let's be real, you're not putting them in situations where they're legitimately, like, swinging like,
Danger.
where they could get hurt dropping on their foot, like, be a great parent, be smart.
Do those things.
But it is funny, like, "Hey, let's pick this thing up," and it's really
So,
hard, and they do a hard thing,
yes.
and maybe you just give them a smaller hammer or
Absolutely.
whatever.
So we did, and I'm one, again, very hands-on, like, so it was a fun moment to, like, go over there, start playing some rock music, and I was, "All right, I need you to take out this wall." There's a big
What's
so
your rock music? Pause. What's your rock music of choice? You turn it on, JBL is maxed out. Go
well,
JBL.
I tried to set a little playlist beforehand, just demo day playlist that included, some Skillet, some AC/DC, like, I wanted to kinda get them hard rock, let's go.
AC/DC hard rock, huh?
It's, well, age appropriate.
Just kidding.
What's
Fair.
what
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a 5-year-old, we'll
yeah.
go with that, but some Thunderstruck, it was
Makes you feel
definitely
good, man.
absolutely, and so, it was fun, but I didn't tell them how to do it first, so I gave them each, appropriately sized hammers. I had this big dividing wall between the living space and kind of the
Yeah.
other living space. I said, "Hey, we need to make this open concept, knock out this wall," and they kinda start, like, tapping it like you would knock in a nail into the wall. I was like, "That's cute," and my background, I played a lot of baseball growing up. I was mostly a pitcher, but, you learn how to swing a bat too, and so I took the appropriate size sledgehammer for me, and I said, "Hey, guys, watch this." Stepped aside and just laid into it a few times, and the looks on their faces, classic, when they went, "Wait, we can do that?"
That's
I
cool.
said, "Hey, I need you to knock out this wall."
Delete this wall.
Full, was it, Reagan of, Gorbachev? "Need you to tear down this wall."
Tear down this
So
wall.
that's what we needed. I said, "Hey, I need you to tear down this wall right now." And so that's what we did. We knocked it out. They had my oldest still talks about demo day. He goes, "When's our next one?" I was like, "Right."
Take it easy, bro.
Yeah, we gotta take our time in this. But that was, I think, the first step in redemption of like, "Hey, let's knock this down. Let's
Super.
take out things and start taking control over this thing."
Yeah, super fun. Our kids have done some of the demo day. They love it. Demo day also includes like, hey, you got to sweep that stuff up, which
Cleaning.
is a little
Yeah.
less fun. But you know what? Like, they'll do it. Like,
Absolutely.
will they do it super well on the first try? No. Like, and here's the deal: like, kids helping is not very efficient.
Yeah,
Like, it's just not like, um, getting proper like paid help on this stuff is going to be so much more efficient.
sure.
But there's something to be said about your kids learning how to do that stuff. Like, hey, demo's like super fun, but also there's the little less fun part that still needs to get done.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be your favorite thing of all time to do, and guess what? You still gotta do it well.
Yeah.
And that sweep job that you did, I tell the kids, "That sweep job you did sucks. Um, go do it better.
Yes.
Let me show you how to do it better. Here's
Absolutely.
why, like, you don't know how to sweep, like, I'll show you that. Okay, now it's your turn, and I expect that it's gonna be done well."
Yep.
And maybe it's not done well, and I like, in our house, like, we hold them accountable, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you didn't do this well," and we may or may not pay them, like, it's just our conversation, like, sometimes, like, we'll set it up like, "Hey, taking out this wall," or, like, whatever it is, like, that's a $20 job, or, like, something so
Yes.
they feel like, "When I accomplish this, I get this," but guess what? You don't always have to get that, like, part of being in the family is, "We're just doing this right
Yeah.
now," and the expectation is to do it well always, paid, not paid, you're just part of the family.
Yeah.
So that sweeping job that you did that really stinks, guess what? Do it again and do it well,
Yeah.
because, like, it sets up the next job that maybe is a little bit more fun, but, like, there's, like, the fun and the excitement waxes and wanes. And I just see, like, that in our world today, like, you see in our office, right? Our job is not always fun, like, there are
Mm.
parts that you enjoy, there are parts that you don't enjoy. You have to do them both really well,
Yes.
and I just see, like, when we're bringing people in, like, that's something that's not getting fostered in the youth. It's not just the youth, but it could start there is, "Well, I don't like this part, so I'm not gonna do it well." It's like, not every part of your job has to
Mhm.
be, "Yippee, jump out of bed." Like, you gotta do the tough parts so that maybe you can enjoy the enjoyable
Absolutely.
parts better. That's something that we focus on with the kids.
Absolutely. So I think that was a big lesson for us throughout because we also, I'd say, fortunately or unfortunately, my oldest, he was playing downstairs in front of our basement area and broke our TV. And mind you, TVs are not super expensive, but to a at the time 9 year old,
Oh, boy.
at the time a 9 year old, and he breaks the TV, it's like, well, bud, you're
That's gonna kill Ralphie.
no, we had a great conversation about it, and so we're like, "All right, bud, we're gonna have to work this off. Fortunately, you have a great opportunity in front of you to earn money." And he goes, "Well, how do I earn money?" And so I think that's one of the you have the big existential lessons of redemption and all these things, but also the how to swing a hammer, which is good. But what I found was really good conversations about finances, especially with my oldest,
Mm,
who is again learning how to do certain things. He's kind of learning the world and understanding certain things. But for this one, it was really important for him to see, like, truly the value of a dollar. What is the value of hard work? And what is the value of like showing up, doing the thing and doing it well? And so, so one of the big things I had, there was carpet throughout this house. The carpet had been completely ripped up because it was nasty. And I was left with, again, enough tack strip to cover is about 2,200 square feet, a four-bedroom house, 2,200 square feet of perimeter tack strip. Here's the deal. I'm about 6'3". I don't want
bending
to
over and getting
be
that, yeah.
bending over, knocking out tack strip for days. And
It's
so
pretty short.
so that's what I did. I showed him how to do it. And I said, "Here's the deal, bud. This job is," and again, the nice part about kids is like, hey, the numbers are somewhat arbitrary. And so it's like, hey, but this job, I think that we wanted him to save up, I think it was $300 for a new TV. So I said, if you can rip up every piece of tack strip and clean it afterwards, I think the number we gave him was like 150 because it's like a lot of
Meaningful
work.
job, yeah, yeah.
That's a meaning, like, that saves me a ton of time that I can do other things with. So I said, $150. He was blown away by that number. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
$150 for this one thing? And I'm just like, "Yep, and I will give it to you in cash. Cash money, hold a Benjamin in your hand. Like, let's go." The whole thing. See, and give him credit. I gave him knee pads. I gave him the gear. I let him do it. He tacked his finger a couple times, like, he wasn't happy. There were times you know, like we all feel sometimes. I hear him throw stuff on the ground and just walk down. I was like, "Yeah, I've been there, man. I get it." And so he just learned some, and he did the whole thing, and I give him a ton of credit for it. Paid him, but there are even just like little things where maybe he wasn't the one directly related, but being able to show him, like, we hired some subs, especially
Mhm.
for drywall. So for me, we had to gut the whole thing. It was a mess, and I can hang drywall with the best of 'em. I can do just fine there, but I don't have the detail eye for like actually
Yeah,
tape,
no.
mud, like finish drywall. So I found this guy in Springfield. It was a random Google search, but him and his family have been doing it for years, and I would swear my life to this guy. Like, he showed up on time. worked weekends, worked late into the nights to make sure everything was done. It was a great price. I was like, this guy gets it. And so I made a comment to my oldest. His name is Benton. I say, "Hey, Benton, I'm gonna go pay this guy." And, we kind of had our draw process. We had everything kind of figured out. So I was gonna go write this guy a check and get the draw later. And so I said, "Hey, I'm gonna write this check." And I think the agreed amount to, again, I mean, let's call it $5,000 to finish mud and tape the entire house. Now, I told you 150 was a lot to a 9-year-old. Imagine what $5,000 looks like to a 9-year-old. So I write him a check. I let my oldest son watch me write a check, which in and of itself is an antiquated,
Yeah.
skill in and of itself. But I have him watch me write $5,000, 5,000, whatever. He gives me another look of just like, whole like his little mind is like, that number exists in money. And it's like, what, like, we're gonna go take this we'll call drywall guy. So we're gonna go take this to drywall guy. And you wanna know why? Because he was here on time. He did a great job and he made sure it was done on time. Like, and so, like, talking through drywall guy and talking about that, but hopefully instilling that lesson in him of like, man, here you go. Like, this is what hard
Yeah.
work, like, you can do this.
You get like, yeah, just go get it and stuff kinda works out. Like
Yeah.
I think real estate's great because it generates a lot of money.
Mhm.
Not even just for you, like, you found a good opportunity, but it made money for drywall guy,
Yeah.
made money for Benton.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
it's a good ecosystem to play in. You can pay well, you can pay those folks well, you're supporting families. That's why, like, loan bids, I love it. Like,
Absolutely.
the thing that gets me most excited is payroll week because, like, I know the families that's going to. I'm
Mhm.
like, that's that's worth getting out of bed for,
Yeah.
and real estate, it can do that too. It's great
Mhm.
for kids to see that. I love like, I think kids working again, like, low stakes, it's low stakes.
Totally.
Like, you could go get those little strips pulled up, but, like,
Yeah.
it's a good opportunity, low skill, like, it's gonna be fine. You can
Yep.
go clean up if you need to. He's not gonna break something or get horribly injured. You
Totally.
put him in a safe spot, but we were talking kids before here, and my oldest was at a wrestling camp for a month,
Mhm.
and 1 full month, 28 straight days, gone from the family,
Yeah, the
and
dorms.
yeah, living in a dorm basically on this little campus, and, he had a ball, like, just doing his thing. He's like, "Oh, the time flew by." I was talking to some dads when we were picking up, and their kids were struggling, weekend and, like, the week before we're asking to go home early, blah, 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 and Everett, like, was, "I'm good to go," like, he was
Another month,
and
baby.
lo and behold, I learned that so they had a concession stand at this place, and because they can't have hot meals out all day long and, like, "Hey, like, I need a protein shake," or
Yeah.
whatever, or a Snickers before practice is a good thing to do. They can go to the concession stand and
Mhm.
pick that up. So that they early on recognized that he's a pretty responsible kid, so they threw him in the concession stand. Heck,
Nice.
he was working at the concession stand, and his pay was just, I think per day, basically, you could get 2 free concession stand things, which is
Sure.
like 5 or $6, or whatever. But to him, like, that was meaningful,
Yeah.
'cause I told him, like, "Hey, whatever concession money you have left over, like, I'll just leave it to you.
Mm.
Eat, like,
Yes.
get the calories you need," but that was a way that he was able to do that, save the money, and he wants to buy new wrestling shoes, so now he's got a couple bucks to go towards that. The big story there, though, is, like, he thrived with just a job,
Yeah.
just something to do, some purpose, and he was earning appropriate to him.
Sure.
He doesn't need money right now, but that was meaningful to him. It passed the time. He felt valuable. He was contributing, a little bit of
Yep.
responsibility. It goes so far with kids, and then, like, at nights, like, they were cleaning bathrooms. There was this little
Wow.
herd of middle school and high school kids cleaning bathrooms, and he said, actually, he's like, "I love doing that. It was great." I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Better.
Cleaning bathrooms,
Yeah.
but, like, it was just that meaningful purpose.
Yes.
Uh, like, he had the pride in, like, I can take a shower in a clean shower tomorrow," which is
Absolutely.
really nice, and he could see the fruits of that labor, and I know that the kids that weren't doing that, okay, like, is cleaning bathrooms always at every moment the most fun? Or, I mean, the other kids, and when they were done with the concession line, they could go play basketball.
Sure.
Uh well, is it the most fun when your buddies are playing basketball or spike ball and you're still in the concession? Maybe not in that moment,
Mhm.
but like you had that purpose and you can still go play spike ball.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. You don't always have to have fun, free time always.
Mhm.
There's something to be said about doing the work and like kids really thrive with it. It's different per kid. Like that's my oldest. We all know him and it's like, oh, that makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
sign this kid up for whatever. But like put him in the Naval Academy tomorrow, he'll probably do just fine. Our second one, Curly Whirly Man, probably not so much, but like he still really does well with little jobs here and there. I'm building a sauna at the house
Sure.
outdoor, and frankly, he slows me down a little bit, but I give him the jobs. He's learning framing. He's probably not gonna remember it,
Mhm.
but what he is learning is that there's a deliberate thought process behind
Yes.
things, and nails are dangerous, screws are dangerous, and what I know he's learned is, if there's a nail sticking out of a board, like, you don't leave that out and about because you can
Mhm.
step on it.
Totally.
I know he's learned that. So and
Is that
he
hard way or,
no,
just new then?
but,
Alright.
like, we're put him on the ground, I'll call it out, like, "Hey, buddy, you gotta watch out for this," and he looks and sees that, and he sees his foot, that could be there,
Mhm.
and now like, he will then go around and look for these things
Yep.
and hammer out a nail that's dangerous or whatever. And does he understand my rafter run of the common rafter angle? No, because frankly, I had to learn it thanks
Sure.
YouTube.
Yeah.
But he sees that I'm putting some deliberacy to the job and they're learning to enjoy work, for whatever gratification.
Yeah.
Like, I'll throw a couple bucks at him just to
Sure.
make him feel good, but, um, they just see the satisfaction of a job well done,
Yeah.
um, and it passes time well because like, they like playing video games, they're super fun,
Sure.
but there very minimal satisfaction that comes out of that,
Yes.
and there's maybe frankly, they don't grumble too much, but I get it, like, it's easier to go play video games and chat with the buddies
Sure.
than build the sauna with dad out back, but I'm telling you, they really enjoy it.
Yes.
Putting them to it, and just having them around, sweating a little bit.
Yeah.
We sweat every night, take showers twice a day. It's just normal
Yeah.
for them goes a long ways. These kids thrive in that
Yeah.
environment. It's atypical. Um, it's worth it.
Well, I think human nature, we love to accomplish things. We love to achieve and to
100%.
accomplish and, um, yeah, to make something, to make something. And I think in the end, that's the heart of real estate is, well, I mean, how often we talk about generational wealth. Well, for me, it's fun to bring in the next generation, like have them,
Bring that
hey, do you
generation
remember
into it.
ripping up tax strip from this? Well, one day you're going to inherit this house. Like
Yeah,
that work that you put in is going to be valuable for you.
yeah,
And
do it well.
so,
The
yes,
drip.
that
Deal with
exactly.
it, because 'cause you're
Feel
gonna
it
own
now.
it. You're gonna own the drip,
Absolutely.
right? Or not or lack thereof, right?
Yes.
It's so good to bring them in, look for opportunities, even if it's hyper inefficient,
Yes.
it'll be fine. Like, kids are not efficient. There was no claim that they were going to be. Uh, if you're looking for that in your life, kids are not that, and it's the best,
Yeah.
right? Bring them around. Bring him to the house and just wag him around. This is
Yeah.
what you gotta do. It's a little annoying. Do we have to go to the Blue House again? Yeah, hey, we gotta go do it. I don't wanna be here either.
Yeah.
Like, but we gotta go do the thing. It's a really good, thing, and the questions that they ask, whatever they like,
Man.
they're we're always, like, surprised, but we
Yes.
should not be surprised from those little turds. Like, the questions that they bring up, you're like, that's an excellent question, like, we have to go pay a mortgage, like, why would you do that? Well, the
Mhm.
tenants pay a little bit more than that, and we make just a little bit there, and that helps us tolerate it, and, and then we keep up the property, and it appreciates over time, and they don't understand all of that, but they understand a little bit each time that it comes up,
Yeah.
and, I think over time, it expands their horizons a little bit beyond graduate school with straight A's, go to college, do the thing. Like, I think that ship is setting sail at in
Eh,
so far as you have to do that or you're a total failure. Like, our generation for us
great.
is kind of breaking that mold a
Yeah,
little
my
bit.
my master's in plant science is
Yes, right
key
behind
to
me.
my employment here, so
Yes. I like, that's the point is we're
yes.
breaking that mold a little bit and bringing the kids around, makes that potential transition where going to college and following that perfectly carved path, if they don't carve it, a little less scary for us as parents. That work that we can do is really good. So I think we cut it off there. I'm getting the signal, but like a lot of really great content. I hope it's valuable to all the investors because most of our clients are parents too.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say if I could leave with one thing, it would just be like, don't be afraid to do it. Like let them be a part of it. Let them see, feel, experience what you're experiencing, even in your fears and doubts.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised at the lessons learned that you might not even realize.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, really fun. Hope that was helpful. Thanks for listening to the Deal Vault. If you found value in today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share with another investor and leave us a review. If you're looking for help funding your next deal, you can always holler at us at loanbids.com. We'd love to help you on that deal. Until next time, keep building, keep investing.